Now, today's day and age, we got to be cautious. We got to be cautious as fuck. And I'm sorry, I need to stop cursing. I need to calm that down. I'm trying to tell myself to, you know, calm down the cursing because I want to respect some people. I don't know, everybody don't like that. You know what I'm saying? So I try my best. Now I'm trying my best now to not do as much cursing as I used to do. It might slip out here and there though. So don't hold me. Don't hold me. Don't hold it against me. You feel me? I'm just saying I am human, and this is how I've been talking since forever. So I'm gonna try and slow this down so it won't be as much though. All right, but yeah. So back to the regular scheduled program. We got to be cautious as hell, man, because nowadays you don't know who you can trust. And anybody in your mind, I'm pretty sure you think that anybody is capable of doing the most. Is capable of being someone who will cross you and backstab you. And it's crazy because I remember a time when I could just look at people. I could just point people. I'll just look at them. It'd be different type of people too, different walks too. It could be a lawyer, a doctor, a police officer, a nurse. It could be a construction worker. It could be just regular people out there on the streets. And I wouldn't look at them and think that they're capable of doing some real crazy shit. Sorry. But I wouldn't think of them of doing some real crazy stuff like that. But nowadays, I look at anybody and I feel like, yeah, you could be capable of doing something. Now it's crazy how that has changed. That has really changed as far as the mind frame goes. And a lot of us, you'll look at anybody and you'll be like, and they could look like the most sweetest person in the world, but you can still feel in the back of your mind like this person could be capable of it, because I've seen it in all types of people. It hasn't just been like just a one type or one just tribe of people. No, 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 no. This has been all walks of life that I've seen some crazy, bizarre stuff, some wickedness, some very much evil things come out of people, and they've all walked together. They've held hands and walked together. Not just one at a time. They all been in the same boat doing the same thing all together. And so nowadays, I don't look at people and just think and go off of what I see or what I hear. Like, you can sound good, you can look good, you can look sweet, you can have the sweetest voice, but that doesn't tell me anything I need to know about you. Nowadays, now I ain't gonna lie, I used to be a sucker for that stuff. I used to be a sucker. Like, if you sounded like a sweet old lady, a sweet, just a nice, kind, sweet voiced person, I used to be a sucker for that. I used to be like, this person's sweet. She just so sweet. Oh, he just the kindest person. And those are the things that I used to go by. I ain't gonna lie. I used to allow those things to actually have my mind in the mind frame of feeling like this person would never do nothing like that. But nowadays, we gotta go much deeper, because people wear masks every day. People do not show nobody who they really are nowadays, and they probably didn't do it back in the days either. But I think they had more of doing it. They had more of a sense of doing it back in the day than they did now. You know, and so when I think about it, it's just like you don't know who you can trust, because anybody and everybody is capable of doing something that can really be detrimental to you. And like I said, I've seen it from so many different people that I wouldn't even 10 years ago, I wouldn't even thought that these people were capable of doing these things, or even capable of having a mind frame like that. But nowadays, boy, you just don't know. And it's like nowadays, there's a spirit. There are spirits. I'm not gonna say a spirit. There are spirits roaming the world. And trust me, because I always look at this. No matter what we talk about with technology and things of that nature, I the common I mean the core of this is spiritual to me. The core of this is very spiritual to me. you know uh I just feel like there are a rampant wave of spirits that are just running around and jumping in the host, man, and they are manipulating and influencing people to do certain things. I don't think a lot of these people are just doing it I just think there are spirits influencing them to do certain things and be a part of certain things, and not to just throw it all on them, because I've seen it within myself. Whenever I fell into my addiction, man, whenever I've fallen off, I know there was a spirit influencing me, a spirit that just manipulated me into just wanting to do it. That demon spirit of an addiction that I've had, because I don't intend on going back to that shit, but that that spirit has come upon me, and that spirit has placed thoughts in my mind. Not only that, had me dreaming about getting high. Where do these dreams come from? I don't just outright think them. They just come out of nowhere. These spirits have had me dreaming about getting high, and then had me thinking about getting high. And then before I know it, while the thoughts are there and they're lingering and marinating in my mind, here comes this feeling all over me. And the feeling from that feeling, the feeling also influences the thoughts that I already have. And then next thing you know, my mind is ready to go out there and do it. And I know damn well for sure that was a spirit, that was a demon, that was a spirit over me. So I see it within myself. I'm not just saying that it's just on them, because the spirit can come into and try to influence us as well, but we have to be strong enough to stay away from that. And I ain't gonna lie, I fell short a lot of times. I fell short a good amount of times. And yes, I was disappointed in myself. I was very disappointed in myself, but I had to forgive myself and keep pushing, because what else can I do besides do that? And so that's what I had to do. But like I say, I seen it within myself, so I know it's happening with these people. These people are being influenced. Why would you jump on board, jump on ship with something to try and cause all type of chaos and havoc in someone else's life? This is spiritual, man. Everything that these people are doing to attack you is spiritual. And if you see it from that standpoint, you automatically know that there are spirits that are just manipulating people's minds. There are spirits that are influencing other people to speak spells upon your name, to run and drag your name through the mud, and smear campaign you across town, and have a lot of people looking at you crazy. And not only that, have them making all type of have these people making all type of just nonsense up about you, just to feel good about doing it. They're making delusional ass lies up about you. Some of the shit they might say be true. Some of the shit they say might be true. You know what I'm saying? But they gonna always twist it to make it even more of what they want it to be, so it can feel a lot better. So they want to feel a lot better about doing what they're doing. And you can already see it, man. And I've seen it within a lot of things that I've been through. How people try to see certain things. I would hear people say certain things about me doing, about I'm doing something, like I'm like, and half the shit that people be saying, it's like, motherfucker, that ain't me. I know what I did. I know what I did, but I didn't do all of what you trying to make me out to be. And so people have to make themselves feel better about the shit that they're doing. And so they're going to make up these lies, and so they're going to make it feel good, because they don't want to feel fucked up and about the shit that they're doing. So that's how they get people on board, because they're going to smear campaign your name to people, and people are just running with a narrative that people are painting. And when people are speaking spells on your name like that, they are speaking spells and actually inviting spirits to other people, and other people are ingesting these spirits and just jumping on board. You know what I'm saying? All that shit is spiritual to me, man. And that's what I'm saying. You don't know who to trust nowadays because of these type of things that's happening in the world, dog. And not to mention, not only that, some people, there are a lot of people that, if you look at some of the people that are gang stalking you, right? A lot of these people don't even look like they enjoy life. A lot of them, you can look at them and see that they need something they need to feel accepted, because they use, and especially the homeless people. If you see the homeless people gonna jump on board, gonna jump on ship first before anybody, because they already are out there. And then if they feel like they have somebody backing them, they have a whole group of people who is going to treat them like a human, and not just this homeless person guess what? That makes them feel so good. They feel good about that. Some people need to feel accepted. Some people are doing this for acceptance. They're doing this for some sort of sense of validation. They need something. They need gratitude. They need something from people. And the people that aren't getting that are definitely going to jump on board, because that's the spirit of them needing people. That's a codependent spirit that a lot of these people have. And some of these people already, they was feeling like I'm pretty sure a lot of these people were feeling like they life wasn't worth shit. And with them having a common goal, a common enemy, a common thing to talk about within you, you give them something to live for. If you think about it too, you also give these people something to live for. You give these people jobs. It's people paying a rent off of doing this shit with you, and all of that shit is a spirit. If you think about it, what they say, the love of money, money is the root of all evil. No, matter of fact, the love of money is the root of all evil. That's a spirit, man. The love of money is a spirit. It's something that will manipulate your mind into feeling like you need to do something. And you know how many people don't mind throwing whoever under the bus for some money? Shit. And then a lot of these people don't even know you. So the fact that they don't know you and they're going to get paid for it, they all in. These motherfuckers is all in, man. And on top of that, just think about these superstars and all this shit, man, and all the blood sacrifice rituals that they had to go through to become famous. You always hear about a superstar being so famous, but guess what? It was somebody close to them that had to die. They didn't mind sacrificing that person to get rich and famous, because the love of money did that. It allowed them to sell their soul to the devil. It allows them to do that. And so that's what they did. And that's what a lot of these people are doing nowadays. They're selling their soul. And then there are those that are just scared. They see a whole conglomerate of people banding together to do this thing, this mission, and they don't want to be the ones to go against it, because they don't want the same thing that's happening to you happening to them. And so you got to look at all of these factors, all of these different variations of things that coincide with all the shit and correlate with each other, with everything that we're talking about, and know that it's not safe out here. So that's why I'm saying today's day we have to be cautious, man. I know some of us are dealing with I know some of us are in certain situations to where maybe we deal with certain people. Maybe it's work, maybe you have family that you might be living with for the meantime. But for the most part, you probably is waiting to get your ass up out of there too. You don't really trust your family. Just because you're around people don't mean you trust them. You know what I'm saying? Like I may be around some of my family, but that don't mean I trust my family. I'm not giving all no trust to them at all. But like I say, it's hard to trust anybody nowadays, man. And so many people are letting these spirits just take hold of them, manipulate, influence them into doing whatever to whoever, and not giving a fuck about it. As a matter of fact, coming up with something to make them feel better about doing it. That's what I say. So it's cautious. It's a very cautious time that we're living in nowadays, man. And all I'm saying is, y'all be careful with anybody you deal with. Don't, it's not worth, people are not worth, trying to put any trust in. You must trust yourself, and this goes for me too. Because I'm telling y'all one thing, but I'm really speaking to myself, because I need these words. I need these words my damn self. I need these words. I cannot fall back into my addiction no more. Because anytime I fell back into my addiction, it led me to certain things that I didn't need to go to. It led me around certain people that didn't have no good interest for me. And so I'm not just telling you this, I'm telling me this. And while I'm telling myself this, on top of that, I'm hoping that it reaches you, because I feel the same. I love y'all, man. I do. I don't know. You may not believe me, but I love y'all, man. And I want the best for us all, man. And I know that, I've put myself in certain situations. And I guess what? I am disappointed in a lot of things that I have done, but I have forgiven myself. So I intend on doing much better and not ever letting these things, and letting these spirits influence me again. You hear me? So I'm just shooting this to y'all because I love y'all, and I just want to throw some y'all way and tell y'all to be positive, stay positive, and be cautious. Cause nowadays we don't know who we can trust. But with that being said, y'all, I love y'all. Y'all be easy. Peace.